So let's modify GetBands and use our band DTO. So first, we still need to go to our repository and get all the bands. So that doesn't change. However, we don't want to return them. We want to return our DTO. So I'm going to create a variable bands DTO, and since we are returning all the bands, we are going to return a list of band DTO. So it's gonna be a new list of type band DTO. So let's bring the namespace for band DTO, which is in the models folder. So now we need to construct the DTO. And since this is a list, we're going to use a for each loop. So we will loop through the bands from repo. And again, this is a list, so we need to add each DTO to the list. So we'll have the bands DTO and use the add method. And we will create new band DTO in each iteration of the for each loop. So we'll have a new band DTO. And here we will assign the properties. So the ID in the band DTO will come from the band.id. Then we have the name, which comes from the band.name. Then we have the main genre, which comes from the band.main genre. And remember, next we want to use the found years ago property, which will be the combination of year the band was founded and how many years ago that was. So I'm going to concatenate that. So I'm going to use the interpolation. So first we have the band.founded, and I want to convert it to string. And then in parentheses I will add how many years ago that was. And I could just add it right here, but since this is a calculated field, it's better to have it as an extension method so we can reuse it later if we needed to. For example, we could later add table with each of the members of the band and their year of birth, and we could use this extension method to calculate their age. So here it will come from band dot, and this is going to extend the founded, and the extension method that we don't have yet but we will create is get years ago. So we will create this extension method. So again, here we get all the entities and we create a DTO list, and we loop through each of the entities that we get from the repo, and we construct a DTO for each of the bands. We'll assign the properties, and the last property, founded years ago, is a concatenation of founded, which is the year the band was founded, with how many years ago that was. So at the end, instead of returning bands from repo, we will return bands DTO. Alright, so next, let's just do this extension method.